Good evening. Thanks for joining us on air and streaming. I'm Julie Nelson.
And I'm Kevin Holmes. We begin tonight with Decision 2026. We are less than 24 hours out from the start of a huge weekend in Minnesota politics. Dueling conventions. The DFL gathering at the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester starting tomorrow afternoon, while the GOP will be at the Duluth Entertainment Center.
The parties are making endorsements in key races such as governor and U.S. Senate. The outcomes will help shape the future of Minnesota politics on both the state and federal levels. Chief political reporter Danny Spiewak leads us off tonight. Danny?
Julie and Kevin, the two conventions this weekend will determine which candidates get the backing of their parties heading into the August primaries. An endorsement doesn't guarantee that a candidate will become the nominee, but it provides candidates with crucial resources like voter information and campaign access.
State conventions are like political pep rallies. But this year, the stakes are as high as ever.
The premier races, of course, are both the open seats for U.S. Senate and for governor.
Republican strategist Brian McClung was press secretary for Governor Tim Pawlenty.
These endorsing conventions in Minnesota really historically have been very important.
For the GOP, there are three major candidates seeking the governor endorsement: House Speaker Lisa Demuth, businessman Kendall Qualls, and MyPillow founder Mike Lindell. The main contenders for the Senate endorsement are former broadcaster Michelle Tafoya, former Navy SEAL Adam Schwarzy, and the 2024 GOP Senate nominee Royce White. Traditionally, the Republican candidate who wins the endorsement has become the nominee.
This matters a lot to the Republican candidates. I do think that you might see that change this time around.
In the Senate race, for example, Tafoya may run in a primary if she doesn't get endorsed. Meanwhile, for Democrats, the endorsement hasn't always determined the nominee. For example, in 2018, Aaron Murphy won the DFL endorsement for governor.
Good morning.
We're here to fill out some paperwork.
But Tim Walz and running mate Peggy Flanagan went to the primary and won.
And we believe that we have an opportunity to take this vote to the people across Minnesota.
8 years later, things have flipped. Lieutenant Governor Flanagan is now running for U.S. Senate and is expected to be endorsed this weekend after Congresswoman Angie Craig decided to skip straight to the primary.
We've always had a people-powered campaign, and I think this just, adds to our team and our momentum.
Still, Craig has the fundraising edge and has positioned herself as the more electable candidate.
I'm in the House for 4 terms, ready to step over on the Senate side and fight this administration.
On the Democratic side for governor, U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar is the only serious candidate for that position. In the Democratic side, she's expected to be endorsed tomorrow, with Flanagan then set to receive the Senate endorsement on Saturday. The Republicans are going to do it the other way. They're going to pick their Senate endorsement tomorrow, then governor on Saturday.
So, Danny, besides governor and Senate, what are some of the other big races to watch?
There's also going to be endorsements for Secretary of State, Attorney General, and then the state auditor, which I know some people will laugh, but the auditor is actually really important. Billions of dollars in local spending that's overseen. The current auditor is not running for re-election, a Democrat, Julie Blaha, so a very competitive field of candidates on both sides that are going to be vying for that position with a lot of attention this year.
I know you'll keep close watch on it for us. Thank you.